at least have 3 options, and I'm going to help you guys, right? What are some of the options, right? What are some of the different things to think about, right? Okay, right. So last one, right? How to achieve clarity while approaching your MOP, right? Number 1, use the LGPS method, right? Location, growth, price, and space, right? Weigh out, right? Rank out which one is most important to you, right? Probably I'll put a link of that LGPS thing into the chat later on. We can put it later on, we don't have to put it now. If you don't know what this really means, can you put it in the comments and we'll send you that link for that video, how to use it. So LGPS, right? You, your spouse, sit down, weigh out which is most important for us: location, growth, price, or size. Okay, gain a fundamental understanding. So understand yourself. Understand yourself. No lah, not so much understand yourself. We are not a psychology econ. Understanding the market, right? How the market works, and so that because like I said, at the end of the day, when you sell, whether or not 6 months later the price is upwards or downwards, it really depends on the market, and so you have to have sort of your own thought process, your own prediction on where the market is headed, your own sort of conviction to it. Yeah, and so at the end, at least at the end of the day, you can say, oh, yeah, I made that decision, and I'm okay with it, right? It's not that somebody tell me after that I regret, I should have done my own research. No lah, right? I've done my own research, own due diligence. I own my decision. Okay. So number 3, right? Understand your options, right? At least have 3 options, and I'm going to help you guys, right? What are some of the options, right? What are some of the different things to think about, right? What does it mean to me if I stay put? What does it mean to me if I move up? Moving up means upgrading, like just doing a simple sell, buy into maybe a EC, or if you need space and you don't prioritize grow so much, buy into a bigger HDB. Okay. Number 3, restarting my CPF time bomb, right? So that's where it brings me to the next part of the conversation, right? This imaginary conversation that I'm having, let's say with a HDB owner. He's like, oh Alvin, I've already almost fully paid off my HDB already, left maybe $50,000. My next question to them is, you pay off using CPF or cash? Then they say, oh, use CPF. I'm like, oh my god, that's not the right way to fully pay off your property, because why? You could go into negative sale in no time, right? If you have fully paid off your BTO, I roughly at the top of my head, if you have fully paid off your BTO with CPF, right, I believe you may hit, if you are at of course the $1 million BTOs aside, those that are sitting on like $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 profit one, excluded, right? Those that are sitting on $200,000, $300,000 profit, your Sengkang, Punggol, Bukit Panjang, HDBs, there is a good chance you may go into negative sale within the next 5 years if you have fully paid off using CPF. And what that means is that while mentally you are thinking that I fully paid off the day I sell my or if I don't sell right, no stress. But I'm telling you, there's no such thing forever, and especially in today's market, internal temperature too high, allow it to cool. They say internal temperature too high, allow it to cool. Yeah, I don't know how. Can y'all still hear me? I think y'all can still hear me. Pardon us, the camera is having a little bit of an issue, but let's treat this as a podcast then. Okay, so just continue listen to me while Andrew figures out the camera. Right, so you got to restart your CPF to avoid going to the negative sale, because if you are in a negative sale, when you sell your house, there's no cash that come out, right? Like I always say, right, assuming everything goes well, nobody will sell their house for no good rhyme or reason. But the people that will have to sell their house before they are 55 years old is because they need the cash, and it's a real shocker when they end up not having cash come out of their house when they actually sell it. So your that 200k profit that you think you have, in the end just disappear into negative sale. Okay, so that's what I mean by restarting my CPF time bomb, right? You can move a like for like one, because you may not have sufficient cash to go and pay CPF to say, you know, okay, fine, right? I have used 200,000 CPF. Not everybody have 200k lying in the bank in cash to say, so that I avoid getting into negative sale. So as an alternative, and I have done this before, it's a like for like change, right? You change a forum to a forum, right? But you re-toggle the whole thing again by then lowering the amount of CPF you use, taking up a loan again, but this time around, you know, managing your whole CPF usage better to avoid getting into a negative sale. Alright, the other option, decoupling, which I shared a little bit earlier. HDB, only way to decouple HDB is to sell it, right? That loophole is closed. If you are in an EC, you can decouple. Oh, we are back. Hi. Okay, so last one, right? Rent vesting. What does rent vesting means? It's buying a place to invest, to grow your capital. So for those of you who have, for example, husband ranking growth as number one, but wife ranking size as number one, cannot seem to reconcile, right? Rent vesting is something that you can think about, right? Buying a place that you expect the price to go up and then renting a place to meet your spatial requirements or location requirements. Very, very good option, especially if your location requirement is not extremely long term. You are telling me maybe 3 to 5 years, right? You can then opt to rent it, right? Buy a place for investment, either rent it out or sell it for capital appreciation, then rent a place to meet your spatial requirements. Increasingly popular, right? If you want to really understand how do you do that, I have my Contrarian property guide. I speak about this in detail in my Contrarian property strategies book. Drop me a text or put it in the comments and we'll be happy to send that to you.